So you have been trying to trade meme coins, but you're still not finding success. In this episode, guys, I'm gonna show you why you are looking at the wrong metrics and why you are not actually chasing the right narrative. You are just chasing the next shiny object. In this episode, I am going to show you every single thing that you need to know about finding the right meme coin and sticking to it, building the conviction and also the psychology to actually hold it for long enough. So if that is the type of content you enjoy, guys, then make sure that you drop a like and also smash that subscribe button. And now, guys, let's get right into it.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
So guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me yet again. This episode is going to be very beneficial for you all, no matter what meme coin you're trading, no matter what meme coin you're investing in, because I'm going to give you something very important. So first off, before I jump into the main part of the episode, let's just talk about 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. So right here you can see I mentioned about this update yesterday as well, but I promised you that I will talk about it every single day. Whatever the price action is, I will let you know about what I believe is an unbiased technical analysis on the play of the cycle, which is 𝗕𝗘 right here. All right. So first off, you can see we had a move towards the upside in the beginning right around here from around $200,000 market cap all the way to around $3 million. And then we consolidated in this range for a little while. A lot of people might have sold their entire bags and, converted it into something else because they were chasing hype. They were chasing the next shiny object, all right? And that is why they missed out on this next leg up. From the lows right around here to the highs, we actually got a nice 20x, all right? Now we are again consolidating its exact same price action, all right? We are forming some sort of a accumulation zone in this region between, I would say, $10 million market cap and $18 million of market cap, all right? Right now, you can see that I mentioned about this triangle formation in which we have wave A, B, C, and now looking for a wave D, which might just get rejected at 18 to 19 or even $20 million market cap. And then we see one more move towards the downside, possibly to like 13, 14, $15 million. And then we see the breakout. After the breakout, it is likely we also retest. And it's not necessary that we do exactly the same thing that I'm talking about right around here. It's just the technical analysis, unbiased analysis, which you can follow if you wish to do so. All right. Now, I believe that we have been doing it pretty well. If you see, let me just quickly give you a very crucial level of support and resistance. So if I plot a trend line right around here, then you can see this is a region. This is sitting at $12 million, right? Now, this is a region where we actually got support multiple times in this region. This is where we got rejected here multiple times as well. And then again, we got support in this region right around here, right? Then again, another support here. And now we broke down below it, but we instantly reclaimed it in the next candle itself on the 4-hour time frame. And now we are again taking support above this level, which would mean that this is a nice swing failure pattern, right? So possibly we are looking for higher prices at the moment, and then we might see a little bit of a shakeout, possibly coming into this region around $13.5 million market cap, I would say, and then we might see a breakout. It's just a matter of patience, in my opinion. If you have a bag and if you're set for this one, then definitely, guys, do not fumble your bags. I keep telling you this because if you have conviction, just hold. Do not rotate into something else, into another shiny object. All right. And that is exactly what is going to bring me to two new shiny objects in the market right now. So let's just quickly check them out as well. I shared the update on X itself. So right here, this is the one. It's 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. This is from 𝗕𝗪𝗠. And you can see we actually saw a big move towards the upside in the beginning itself. And then we consolidated in this region. Now we broke down. We have three crucial levels of support right around here. But a lot of people might have bought the top in this region because they came to know about it very late, right? Because 𝗕𝗪𝗠 actually tweeted it at around $2 million market cap, all right? Even if you got in at the absolute exact minute when he called it, you would not have made life-changing gains. But the people who actually got in before before 𝗕𝗪𝗠 tweeted it out for the public, these people actually made a lot of money, and I'll show you in just a second. The other one is basically 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. A lot of people have been into this one as well. I have seen a lot of whales as well. But guys, if you are following these whales, if you're entering something just because 𝗕𝗪𝗠 entered, just because 𝗕𝗘 entered, just because 𝗬𝗬 entered, guys, you are only exit liquidity for the people who entered before them, right? So that is why you have to look into the narratives which have the potential to attract these whales instead of getting into the place where these whales already exist. All right. So you always have to look for coins which have a future catalyst, not something that has already happened. And a lot of people ask me, why haven't we actually gotten an exchange listing for 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘? Guys, it will happen. You already know that it's going to happen, right? And 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 does not need an exchange listing. Exchanges need 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. you can see we are doing insane volume every single day organically. This is the exact recipe to land on massive exchanges, right? And apart from that, if I come back right around here, then basically you have these levels of support for COPE if you want to get into this one. But again, I'm not in GOAT and I'm not in COPE because I don't think that it is going to be the narrative of the cycle. It is going to be something that can qualify when I put them to the test of two different questions. All right, so let's just dive right into these two different questions. Right now, you all must be looking at a few metrics. The number one metric is top 10 holders, right? Everybody tells you that if, top 10 holders hold like significant supply, more than 30% or 40%, then it's not a good coin. But if they hold like 10%, 15% or less than 20%, then it's a good coin. Guys, it's absolute crap. You have to see what's going on behind the scenes because guys, if you think that you're smarter than the people who are bundling these coins, who are sniping these coins and who are launching these coins, then you have to think again. These guys know what metrics you look for, right? And that is why they keep adapting to the necessary changes, right? That is why I have started to get into something different, which is average top 10 holders entry. Because that gives me the exact price where top 10 holders or top 20 holders actually entered. So let me just quickly show you that. So right here you can see, guys, this is on GMGN. All right, make sure that you create an account on GMGN. This is the best place that I've seen so far where I can trade memes and have the most information as well. So this is COPE. Basically, you can see right around here, this is the exact same token that I talked about on X as well, where, a lot of whales have entered. And you can see this actually went from like $5,000 market cap on 27th of August, just day before yesterday, all the way to like $18 million, right? You have to understand what's going on here, right? And if you see top 10 holders, average buy on this particular token is sitting at $8,000 market cap. What's going on here? Now, if you see top 10 holders hold only 13.24% supply. So that's not a red sign, right? A lot of people would just ape looking at it and seeing that, it's just 13% supply in the top 10 wallets. But then these top 10 holders actually got in at $8,170,000 market cap. You can also click on this display option right here, which allows you to see what you want to actually see on the chart. So this right here is top holder buy line. And you can also select the top holder sell line. So they haven't sold, and that is why it shows 0, right? Now, you can also change the number of holders, which is crazy because this is not there on any other platform, right? So if I change it to, let's just say 15, so it will give me top 15 holders average buy. That is $1.66 million. And it will keep on changing as these holders, the top 15 holders, interact, right? As you can see, 1.65 million now. It keeps on changing as these holders interact. You can also put it as, let's just say 30. So for top 30 holders, the average buy is $3 million, all right? So what you need to focus on here is that the difference between the top 10 or the top 20 holders, you will have to form some sort of a strategy as to what you look at. You have to see the average buy price, all right? And then you have to see the difference between the average buy price and the current market cap. If it is too much, all right, if it is too much, like it's hundreds of X's or even like 30, 40, 50 X's, you have to think twice that these people might just be taking some profits, right? Because everybody in this game is here for profits. If I also select the top holder sell line for the top 30 holders, let's just see. So right here you can see they have sold at $3.51 million. That is the average of the top 30 holders. All right. So this is one thing that you should focus on instead of just looking at the percentage held by top 10 holders. All right. Now, apart from that, guys, the second thing that you need to focus on is the relevancy of a narrative. All right. Is it a long-term narrative? A lot of people miss out on this because right now COPE is pumping. All right. But is it a long-term narrative? Can you also talk about it in the next cycle? Most likely no, right? And there have been many GOAT tokens, many, right? Many meow tokens, many, right? So will you be able to justify why that particular meme is going to sustain throughout the upcoming bear market and then still be relevant in the next cycle? So I did this tweet yesterday and I have to get into this one more time. So there are only a handful of meme coins that will survive the bear market and still be relevant in the next cycle, right? To find these memes, there are only two metrics. They should go above $5 billion in market cap in this cycle itself, and they must ride on a narrative that would be relevant in the next cycle, all right? So you must have remembered Doge and SHIB from the previous cycle. But do you really think that there were just two meme coins in the previous cycle? There were many, guys. It was a massive BNB season. If you have been in crypto for a while, this time we have Solana, this time we have Palm Fun. Earlier on, we only had BNB and Ethereum. In the previous cycle, there were a lot of meme coins on Ethereum as well as on Binance Smart Chain. There was a website called 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠. I used to buy meme coins over there as well, and I used to make money. All right. You have to understand that those meme coins are completely dead right now. They are not relevant anymore. The only meme coins that are still relevant in this cycle, even though we cannot expect like, a 100x or a 200x from those meme coins, are Doge and 𝗕𝗓. All right. Now, coming back right here. So far, for this cycle, 𝗕𝗓 is the only true meme that stands a chance to be relevant in the next cycle, just like Doge is still relevant. Now, of course, I think SPX 6900 could still be relevant because there will be S&P 500, which they are out to flip. And I'm not really sure about 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗠𝗘 if it would be active, but I'm sure about Pengu for sure. All right. Now, if you look at 𝗕𝗓 and the lore behind it, it would stay relevant as long as there is Bitcoin, because it's Bitcoin's true mascot from 2015. So it would be still easy to shill 𝗕𝗓 even when we are in the next cycle. I can still tell you guys in the next cycle that, 𝗕𝗓 is Bitcoin's mascot. So it's a good meme. You should buy it, right? It's as simple as that. The relevancy of a narrative is something that you should focus on if you are willing to grab a bag for a longer term. All right. I'm not telling you guys that, you should not sell your 𝗕𝗓 in this cycle. Of course, you should. Eventually when market cap actually goes much higher and, you see that the entire market is going to top out, then definitely you should take that decision for yourself and you should take some profits. Maybe you can exit your entire bag if you wish, right? Because when the bear market hits, everything is going to crash 70, 80, 90%. That is the harsh truth of this industry that we trade in. All right. But the catch is we can still revive 𝗕𝗓 back in the next cycle, which would mean that 𝗕𝗓 is a good hold for multiple cycles, right? Which means that the narrative is going to stay relevant as long as there is Bitcoin. And if there is no Bitcoin, then there is no crypto. There is no meme coins either, right? Now, coming back right here. The difference between 𝗕𝗓 and 𝗕𝗓 at the current market cap is still above a 400x. Now, I'm not saying that it is going to hit, the current market cap of 𝗕𝗓 at $4 billion. But anything is possible in this market, right? So if you are willing to hold something for a longer period of time, like, you're not touching the bags just because it has dropped 20% or 30% or 40%, you have it in cold storage. All right. It's a longer term hold. Maybe according to the current market dynamics, you're holding it for like next 4 to 6 months max, because that is when I feel personally that, we are going to see some sort of a bull market top. All right. Anyway, there's tons of upside if the 𝗕𝗓 movement keeps getting bigger and bigger. That's why, guys, I don't care about short-term price action, but much more about building the community and spreading the lore behind 𝗕𝗓. And you should do so as well. Memes are highly volatile. When you find a banger, the best thing to do is buy and sleep on it. I don't make the rules, but it's not so difficult to understand the potential here. Few understand. I hope you understand my point. I hope you realize that the relevancy of a narrative is the key here for finding long-term plays. All right. Now, there is another play that I shared on X yesterday, which I want to talk about right now. So let's just quickly get into that. It also has a narrative that is going to stay relevant for a longer period of time. So let's just quickly have a look at that as well. And that play is going to be 𝗕𝗓. Now, this is 𝗕𝗓's coin. All right. Now, what is the lore behind this one? Let's just quickly understand that. Then I'll talk about the technicals with you all. So the lore is right here, guys. Do you know what is the oldest meme coin? There was 𝗕𝗓's coin prior to Dogecoin. Dogecoin dev Billy M2K created 𝗕𝗓 and forked it to make Doge in 2013. 𝗕𝗓's coin was resurrected by decentralized community in 2023, and now it's a great chance to check it out in the meme coin boom. So right here you can see this is 𝗕𝗓's coin. It is being hidden by my face. All right, so let's just quickly get back right here. So now you can see right around here, this is 𝗕𝗓's coin. All right, it launched before Dogecoin. It launched before, the other one, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠𝗘 as well. All right, so that is the lore basically. And again, this is on 𝗕𝗓's chain. All right, the original one, the real one that was actually deployed by M2K, it's on 𝗕𝗓's chain, but it's very difficult to actually buy that coin on that chain, and there is no volume. All right, so that is why I decided to pick the one on Solana, the earliest one that was launched on Solana. And if you go on to GMGN once again, then you can see this badge OG. All right, so right here it means that it is the earliest token of the same name. This is a very good feature on GMGN because then you know that you are getting into the earliest token deployed on Solana from this name. All right, so this is the play right here, and you can see if you check out the top 30 holders average buy level, then it is sitting at $267,000. Let's just quickly decrease it a little bit and see. So top 20 holders entered at $292,000. Let's just go even lower and go to the top 10 holders. So top 10 holders, average buy line is sitting at $292,000. All right. So it's not like everybody bought right here in the beginning itself at like, $5,000, $10,000 market cap. The top holders, the top 10, top 20, top 30, I showed you everything, right? So that is what you should focus on. You are very close to the entry that the top holders, the top 10, top 20, and the top 30 average holders have gotten at almost the exact same level as you are going to enter right now. All right. It's a very nice uptrend as well. And if I go back to DEX screener right here to show you, then you can see we are coming back for support to the 0.618 Fibonacci and also the previous zone of resistance now converted into support. This level, I would say around 250 to around $350,000 market cap, right around here. All right, in this region, it's a good bet in my opinion. Now, as far as targets are concerned, I shared this inside Karoshi's private right around here, at like $90,000 market cap. All right. And then I shared it on X yesterday at like $220,000 market cap right around here. So everybody who actually got in on the call from Karoshi's private got a nice 8X so far. And then from the entry given on X, you could have gotten a nice 3.8x so far. Right now, price is coming back down right around here. And that is why I thought that, I should give you the narrative behind it on YouTube as well and share it with you all. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. If you don't want to get into this, do not. All right. Anything can go to zero. Anything can go higher. According to me, what I believe is that, because the top 10 holders, the average entry of those people is very close to where you are going to enter right now. That is why I think it is a good bet and you can target a 5 to 10x on this one. Maybe it goes higher, maybe it does not. But what I want to say is one more thing. This is exactly what I talked about earlier, which is the narrative and the relevancy of the narrative. So this will still be the oldest meme coin in 2030. It will still be the oldest meme coin in 2040, right? So the narrative is going to stay relevant. That is what you have to focus on. All right. That is why I have got a bag of Bell right around here at $90,000. I bought more here and I bought more here as well. So I'm buying every single dip. Of course, because this has run up quite a lot, around a 13-12x, that basically triggered this movement towards the downside where a lot of JITs actually exited because they were in for like a 2x or a 3x and a 4x. So most of these people who got in right around here or got in right around here, they exited when price started to fall back lower. If you don't have conviction, if you don't think that you can hold it for a week or so, to say the least, then guys, do not buy this. Just go and chase hype. Just go and chase, goat coin or, cope coin, anything that just pumps because whales are already in, right? These kind of plays, whales are waiting to enter, right? You must understand the strategy and the thesis behind entering these kind of plays. Again, guys, I have to give you this disclaimer one more time. This is not financial advice. Anything that I'm sharing, it's not guaranteed that it's going to go up because there are communities behind these kind of projects, right? There are like 972 holders right now for this particular coin. If you go onto Twitter as well, then you can see right here, 240 members are there and they have been talking about it regularly, as you can see. All right. So it's all about the narrative and then it's all about the community. If the community backs a coin, then it goes higher. And that is why I am very bullish and most bullish, I would say, on 𝗕𝗘. As you can see, we held support very nicely and there is a massive community right now, 10,350 people. When the next leg up actually begins, when we hit like 50 million or $100 million market cap. So this is where 100 million is. So the chart is going to look something like this, very small chart right around here. And then we see the big move up, right? Something like this. Right? Anything is possible, not financial advice. But when this happens, you would want to go back in time and grab a bag right around here. Just like you want to go back in time right now and grab a bag right around here. When I was shilling it multiple times, I shared this call on X for absolutely free at $300,000 market cap. And then I shared this call for Bell on X for absolutely free at $222,000 market cap. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to repeat exactly what 𝗕𝗘 did. But there is potential. I just chase narratives. I just chase what can actually withstand the power of time. All right. That is basically, guys, the two things that you should focus on when you are trying to grab a meme coin for a longer period of time. All right. And of course, guys, if you want to know exactly when I get into any play and get early calls on these kind of meme coins, which I keep on finding every single day, then guys, make sure that you join Karoshi's private. The prices are going to increase soon. So if you're interested, this is probably a good time to get in. The link is given in the description section below. And basically, that is everything that I wanted to share with you all in this episode. I hope you learned something or the other from this episode. Again, not financial advice, nothing is. So whenever you get into something, make sure that you find a good entry point and also manage your risk. Do not go all in on anything, no matter how good it seems to be. All right. If you enjoyed it, make sure that you drop a like. And if you're new to the channel, guys, then make sure that you smash the subscribe button and ring the bell notification icon so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update. That's all, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep hustling.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough,